This requires an entire discussion on its own. Tucker and I do share a fascination with UFOs, UAPs, whatever you would like to call it. But he seems to believe that the phenomenon as it exists involves something supernatural, but of this world, and something that is not alien or extraterrestrial. Here's the case that he laid out on Joe Rogan.
Well, when you say spiritual, like what makes you draw that conclusion that they're spiritual?
What's the obvious? I mean, spiritual may be the wrong word. Supernatural. You know, they're beyond nature as we understand it. I mean, obviously they are. I mean, just chart their physical behavior. It doesn't, you know, it goes outside of what we understand about physics. So if you have a craft, any object underwater that's traveling at 500 knots as measured by sonar, right there you're challenging our understanding of physics. Like, what is that? How can that be? So yeah,
they've tracked that. They've tracked things going 500 knots under the sea.
Yeah, really. Yeah, much faster than any object can actually go under sea. Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on underwater, and a lot. And there's video of these things coming out of the sky into the water and also emerging from the water.
Right.
But then there's a deeper level, which is like, okay, what's your relationship with these things? What is the U.S. government's relationship with these things? And there's evidence that there is a relationship and that it's a longstanding. And that raises like a lot of questions about intent. And so like, what is that? And I just personally decided, you know, and people have been hurt by these things. You know, that's a fact. That's a fact. It's a knowable fact. It's a provable fact. And killed. And I'm not saying millions of people have been killed by whatever these things are, but people have been killed, and it's known because it's working its way through the courts out of the VA. So, I don't know, an object that is by definition supernatural, it's above the laws of nature as we understand them, and that has resulted in the deaths of people. We don't spend enough time thinking about like what that adds up to. Like, not good, actually, not good.
So he's implying kind of the same stuff that he'd previously talked about here, Krystal. I mean, he seems to believe that UAP, UFO, whatever you would like to call it, have been here for hundreds of years, which definitely there is evidence for that, but that they are like some sort of biblical angels and demons as opposed to extraterrestrial. So I'll let you weigh in before I give some of my thoughts.
Well, this came out the context before of his interview with Putin, where he asked Putin something about this, and Putin was like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I have to get you to decode this for me, because I was asking you previously how large of a percentage of the like UFO interest community shares this like Christian spiritual angel demons view of whatever the hell is going on.
This is more of like a 1970s, 1980s UFO phenomenon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh yeah. People back in the day used to really believe.
I thought this was like a new school, like Christian nationalism.
No, definitely. No, absolutely not. If anything, it's much older. The more of the extraterrestrial school, I guess you could call it, is, I mean, it's always been there for the entire time. But
sure.
There's always been debates and all around this. To a certain extent, I don't even care, because as long as people are interested, it's going to lead to more transparency. What kicked off this entire discussion actually was the declassification of the Kona Blue program. And these were declassified documents, News Nation reporting this, and I've confirmed at least some of it as well from those people that I've spoken to, is specifically about a proposed program to try and reverse engineer back UFOs. It was, quote, scrapped according to them when no alien technology was found. And the Pentagon continues to maintain there is no evidence of alien life. So what they say, basically what they're claiming is there was a proposal to back engineer UFOs, but then they weren't able to find any UFOs. But why would you have a back engineering proposal if there were no UFOs? Whatever.
Gotcha.
Okay. There's a lot of conversation, I guess, around this. To be honest, I mean, look, you know, no disrespect. Doesn't it seem more plausible that that we're dealing with extraterrestrial life than we are angels and demons? That we're dealing with something, you know, one is in the realm of all sci-fi is premised on what? On the idea, and specifically toying with the Fermi paradox and all of that, that if intelligent life is able to arise on a relatively unremarkable planet like Earth, then why would it not be able to arise in the billions and billions and trillions upon stars that exist in our galaxy? At the same time, if there are and extraterrestrial life is almost a certainty, then why haven't we been able to see it or observe it? And that's where it comes into play of like, well, an intelligent life would have to be able to achieve, faster than light travel at the exact same time that the human race has. 150,000 years or whatever of human evolution is a blink of an eye in terrestrial terms, so there may have been vast, great civilizations that have been risen and fallen in the interim, and that we may be the only ones in our star system or whatever at the current moment that is able to even see. So I accept and see both certain possibilities, but I think that is a lot more of a plausible explanation. I will just say very humbly myself.
And that's very diplomatically put.
Yeah.
So I'll just defer to you on that one.
Okay. Look, in terms of the evidence for their theory, what they point to is, again, not necessarily incompatible with any theories around extraterrestrial life, because with their evidence for supernatural and or like religion and all that really relies, again, on like big conversations within physics around the fourth and the fifth dimension and this whole idea. If you ever watch Interstellar, the idea of it's future humans that sent themselves back. I think that's the explanation, if there is one, for kind of what he's talking about.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Anyway,
so
there we go.
Hey guys, if you like that video, go to breakingpoints.com, become a premium subscriber, and help us build the best independent media organization on the planet.
That's right. We're subscriber funded. We're building something new. We want to replace these failing mainstream media organizations.
So again, to subscribe, it's breakingpoints.com.